I started my print-on-demand Shopify store in July of 2023 with 0 sales. And since July, I've done almost $300,000 in revenue selling only t-shirts. And I've pocketed $33,500.09 of profit. If you're new here, hi, my name is Meg, and I'm in the middle of a print-on-demand challenge to see if I can make $100,000 of profit in the first 6 months of running this store. I have exactly 101 days or 2,424 hours to make $66,499.91 to make sure that I have exactly $100,000 in my bank account by January 31st. In this video, I'm going over the last week of running this store and sharing what went well, what didn't go so well, and I'll even be breaking down the financials to see if I'm anywhere closer to $100,000 in profit. So let's get into it. The first thing that we're going to look at is the analytics for this past week. For the week of October 15th through October 21st, this is what our revenue looked like. Sunday, October 15th, we did $3,914.63 in revenue. As you can see here, this was a little bit over the previous period, which was on Saturday. Our average order value on Sunday was $41.09. We had pretty good store sessions, which means our ads are driving some pretty good traffic since that's up. Conversion rate lower than what we would like it to be, but we can always work on that. That's probably more site type of issues, but we'll see what the average was for the full week. Orders were down over the previous day, and time to fulfill was 1 day and 10 hours, which is fabulous. Okay, on October 16th, we did $3,160.28. This is down, not too typical for a Monday. People are more in a buying mood on the weekend. Monday, back to work. You're not really thinking of purchasing things. Our average order value was $40.87. Store sessions, pretty good. Online conversion rate, not great. We definitely like this to be closer to 3. It could have just been a Monday. We weren't getting great traffic. Overall, that's not pretty. Total orders, 70. Time to fulfill, this increased 2 days, 22 hours. On the 17th, we did $4,504.69 in revenue. This is up significantly. $44.58. Average order value, that's up slightly, which is nice. 2.72 conversion rate. That's our sweet spot where we like to sit. Total orders, 90. 2 days, 23 hours. Time to fulfill. On the 18th, we did $4,563.71. Average order value of $42.75. Great conversion rate. Good amount of orders. This is a solid day if you're asking me. On the 19th, we did $4,043.58. Average order value is $41.48. Good online store sessions. Okay conversion rate. Overall, not a bad day. On the 20th, we did $4,660.87. $39.23. Average order value took a little dip. Store conversion rate increased though, so that's great. 106 orders, time to fill, pretty decent. And finally, on the 21st, we did $4,942.85 in revenue, $39.93 average order value, a 3.11 conversion rate. Beautiful. We love when people are converting on the site. That means of 100 people that show to your site, 3 are actually checking out. It's great to be around 3, probably 4% would be even nicer. Depending on the type of store that you have or what you're selling, your conversion rate could be a lot higher. But this has been pretty typical from other t-shirt stores that I've run in the past, being around 3 to 4%. The highest I've ever had was around 6% consistently. So of 100 people that came to the site, 6 people were checking out. But again, I would say the average is more around 3, maybe 4% on some really good days. So overall for the week, our revenue was $29,790.61. Slightly down over the previous week. Again, it happens. E-commerce, unless you're really pushing your ads or you're really growing organically, it's not uncommon to sit in the same spot or even be down slightly from week to week. It just happens. It's like the market. I'm sure if you looked really closely, it probably follows some of the market trends. But again, I'm not worried that we're slightly down. It's not like we're down 50%, like we've just tanked. If that were to happen, I would assume that our ad account probably got shut down by Facebook. So overall, not a bad week. 2.58 online conversion rate, 2 days, 3 hours to fulfill. That's a little higher than I'd like it to be. As you can see, it's up 11% over the previous time period. But this is just something to watch, especially as we approach the holidays. So of the $29,790.61 of revenue, I would love to pocket all of that, but e-commerce just doesn't work that way. Business doesn't really work that way unless you're selling software where it's like a 90% margin. I look for anywhere between 15 to 20% margin if we're running really well. Okay, so let's take a look at the profit and loss to see if I actually made any money this week. As you can see, this is the profit and loss sheet for October 15th through the 21st. Our total sales were $29,790.61. Our printer refunds were $504.11. This is a rebate from Printify. So because we sell so many t-shirts through them, we get 5% of our production cost as well as any taxes that we would pay. We get that back. So this is just a calculation pulling that from our printer invoice. We get 2% cash back on all of our ad revenue as well as our cost of goods because we put everything on a credit card. And that comes out to $477.63. So for a total, all the income for the store, we did $30,772.35 for total income. $30,000 sounds great, but we do have a lot of costs that come with running a print-on-demand store that I think a lot of people don't really go into that much detail about. So let's break down our costs. Our largest expense for a print-on-demand store is our cost of goods, the t-shirts that we're selling. That's the price to produce the shirt, print the shirt, and ship the shirt, as well as any taxes. So for the week, we spent $13,442.82 on our cost of goods. We had $3,231.67 in discounts and refunds. The majority of this is discounts because we offer a 20% discount for people to sign up with their email. That way they're signing up to receive marketing from us. And then refunds would be if anybody had issues with their order, they wanted their money back, we will honor that. So the majority of this is discounts, but if refunds were really high, you would definitely want to look into that and see what's going on. Why aren't your customers happy? Facebook ad spend, we did $10,237.82 in total ad spend, if you want to see. So this is for October 15th through the 21st in our Facebook Ads Manager. As you can see, we ran at a 2.42, which is fabulous. That's a really good average to be running at. Of course, we'd love to be running even higher, but I'll take a 2.42 on Facebook. As you can see, our cost per click, our average was 48 cents. That's pretty cheap. And right now, since we're into Q4, advertising is going to be the most expensive it is through the year. That's because multiple businesses are fighting for that advertising space. You're fighting with Nike. You're also trying to push your ads into spaces where other advertisers are just pretty much going to blow you out of the water. So the fact that we're running so well at a pretty cheap cost per click, I'd say, I'm pretty happy with where we're at in Q4. Q1 is actually going to have the cheapest advertising because of the fact all the big advertisers aren't really advertising anymore because you're past the busy season, you're past the holidays. But people are still buying. Always remember that. People are always still buying. But as you can see, we spent $10,237.82 total on ad spend. Those are all the analytics for the store. This is how we drive the majority of our traffic through Facebook advertising. Let's go back to the financials. Google ad spend, we spent $201. As you can see, $201, and we got $659.66 back in sales. So cost per click was 80 cents. This is pretty decent. We're still working on the Google ads a little bit. It's tough because we know how to do Facebook ads. Google ads is something that's new. Something that keeps happening is it won't spend all of the money that we're allowing the budget. We could say $200 per day, but then it's only it's only spending $30 of the 200 budget that we give it. Definitely need to do some more research because Google can definitely do well, as you can see. So if we're able to bump this budget as well as running the Facebook ads, we should definitely be able to scale this store even more and hopefully, again, reach the goal of $100,000 in my bank account. We don't do anything with TikTok right now. That's just on the back burner. Merchant fees, this is Shopify and PayPal because we do our processing through Shopify payments. So you have to pay those fees, and PayPal also comes with fees. It's just a part of using their platform, for a total cost of $28,226.40. Take out our overhead. Again, this is employees. This is software that we use. This would be the Shopify membership plan that we're on, and that comes out to $588 roughly per week for a net profit of $1,957.95, or a margin of 6.5%. So the margin is definitely down. Don't get me wrong, I love a positive margin. I've been negative before, so I will take a 6% margin. Cost of goods was pretty good, 43.6%. Again, we like that always to be under 50%, but if we can get it closer to 40, that's beautiful. And yeah, so doing some of the math, I need $100,000 of profit in my bank account. As of now, I have $33,609.92 in profit. Doing some math, that means I have to make $66,390.08. Deduct out the money that we made this week. Now I need to make a total of $64,432.13. And my total profit so far now is $35,567.87. So we are moving in the direction that we want to be moving in. We've had consistent positive weeks, which has been great. None of the weeks have been negative. Again, this week has been less than I would like it to be. I would love to be doing 5K weeks, but 35,000 over 3.5-ish months, not too shabby. Not too bad. So definitely take this, but if you guys enjoyed this video, please comment and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to turn on notifications to be updated on the challenge and seeing if I'm going to hit this goal. And if you have any questions for how to run a print-on-demand store, please comment below. I'd be happy to do a video answering any of those questions. Thanks for watching, guys.